So once you left, how did you leave?
They wouldn't let me leave. They just, I mean, they just kept saying no, 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 no. And so I said, okay, give me my money back. And that what I had was, you know, money on account. And per their policy, if you ask for your money, that was it.
And they did give it back?
They gave my wife's money back. They offered to give me my money back. And I'm still in a, they want me to sign a piece of paper that says that I have no further claim against them. And I told them I can't do that because I feel I do. And I just said, you know, I mean, I don't have the time or the money to get into a legal battle. Even like, let's say $1 million they probably owe me conservatively. And in this country, you could do pain and suffering. Maybe I could get a couple extra bucks. I just don't.
It's tough to litigate Scientology.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sign some paper that says I don't, you know, I just couldn't. It's just my own integrity. I couldn't, you know, I couldn't say that.
So what's happened since you left Scientology? I know I was talking to your wife a little bit earlier, and she was talking about how, you know, the friends cut off from her who, you know, those who were still in Scientology?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, Jesus. I got a little son, too. And he was in a little Scientology school. And he was 4 at the time. And no school was started. We moved. So we're in the process of moving. So it was pretty, and moving to a big, we moved to this big property out here. It's a big different thing, and it's a long way away. And they kicked him out of school.
It was a Scientology school?
No, yeah, they kicked him out. So he had nothing to do, and it fucked him up. Because he had, you know, why can't I see my friends? And that was all his friends. And, you know, and this was a time when, you know, Mom and Dad were really busy. I'm working. We've got a little tiny infant at the time. And we're moving to an enormous thing. And plus, this whole place you're in was under construction. There was a period we were in one of those Airstream type of things, you know, and nothing for him to do. And that was so that was one. So yeah, our friends, I mean, I knew I could see I was pulling away. So I'm kind of an antisocial personality anyway, so I don't really hang around people, you know. But my wife, you know, with the kids and stuff, she, I remember there's a girl, a wonderful girl, Kelly Daniels, terrific chick, and she found out, you know, some ethics person told her, and she just was inconsolable, you know. So I know there were a lot of broken hearts on the other side, and now there's not. I saw some fucking kid like that I hardly know, you know. I do voiceovers too. So I went to a voiceover, and there was some kid from Scientology. And like usually if I'd see him at a voiceover, I'd be, hey, Jason, you know. And he went, you know, and I just said, you fucking punk. That's all I said to him. It's just like, you see that's it in a nutshell. You know, both of them are alive. The Jason, because we're Scientologists, and because you're out. And so when you look at the thing about, it's really, really, the data shows from the fact, like Tori's husband left her. These people, their families are just, there's the proof. There's the proof. You're incapable of being a good friend if you're a Scientologist. Because you're a Scientologist. And Jason Beghe, the Scientologist, is willing to lose David, is willing to sacrifice certainly the quality of my relationship with Mom and Dad and brothers and sisters. And God knows who else that I could have made friends with that weren't Scientologists. Because whatever, maybe they just didn't understand or whatever. And my whole fucking, the most important thing in my life, for me, again, going back to who I was as a kid, was a guy who was interested in people. And I wasn't like judging people, like, I was just willing to be them. And maybe that's why I became an actor. And I grew up in New York. And I was like, this is people, people, people. Every day growing up, I would meet somebody. You're on the subway. And now, you know, people go to the Home Depot with me, and we go and I hang and we talk and we do a thing, and that's who I am. And to some degree, you're not able to communicate because you can't, you've got a bubble around yourself. It's this thing, and there's another way that part of the thing that made it a little bit easier for me to get out of Scientology than other people was that I would always look at the religion side. And it's like, because again, I was always interested in religion. And when they get exclusive, you gotta wonder, you know, in other words, you know, I don't have anything against anybody's religion. It's fine. But, you know, the evangelicals are the only ones going to heaven. And the Muslims are the only one going to Allah or whatever. And the Scientologists are the only people who know. I go, well, I don't think so. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, and there's an interesting story. Like one of the things that, like they said that, like one of the things that took the biggest hits on religion in this century was it fucked up a lot of people. You know, World War I was a vicious, awful war, different than others, with gases and mustard gas, and it was terrible, and people were slaughtered, and it fucked up a lot of the Germans and the Americans when they go and they'd see their bodies, and they saw that they had the same Bible. They said, whoa, I thought God was on my side. And it's the same, and it apparently, so it's like this kind of, you know, when things are bringing people further away from others and distancing them, and Scientology to the degree that I'm a different species. You're a wog, I'm a homo novus. And I'm homo novus enough to be loving of you. You see what I'm saying? That's pretty bad. You know, and then you look at that, you know, and radical Islam, you know, it's like, it's not that different.
And yet Scientology says that they're not exclusive, that you can certainly be any other religion and be a Scientologist.
Well, let me tell you something. I talked to many, many, many terminals about this. Because after a certain point, when I'm down on the fucking bottom, after going through this, and I've never complained about money, and I'm not rich, but I never complained about it. You never had to fucking beg me for a fucking thing. I would go in and throw down. When I was ready to do it, I'd say, let's go. And it wasn't ever, I wasn't ready because I didn't have the bread. It was, I wanted to be ready because I wanted to, if I'm going to fucking do this thing, I'm going to do it, you know, and I got to be behind it. And that's where I was at as a Scientologist. I told those fucking people, because they're always talking about, you know what they're doing? You know why they need all this money? You know what their real goal is? It's to clear the planet. To clear the planet. And you know what the good news is? We only have to clear about 3/4 of it, and just the fact of our being so theta, the other quarter will just clear instantly, and the SPs will crumble. And you saw the little wicked witch when she got water thrown on her because she made it about, that's what'll happen to the fucking SP. But I said to them, because now after a while you start feeling like a fucking, hey man, this ain't like a little mistake. That cost me 50 G's. You know, and you start doing that a couple of thousand fucking times. You say, hey, I'm getting pissed. You know, that's a lot of money. Okay? And you start getting into that. And they talking about all this thing. And I say, where's the money going? Nobody ever fucking gives you an answer. And they, you know, we're trying to clear the planet. I said, babies, I want to tell you something. I got news for you. There's no fucking way. You can't fucking clear Beverly Hills with these prices. There's no fucking way. It's physically impossible. Like they say Obama, Clinton can't reach the number. There's no way. There's not enough money. It can't be done. So that's a lie. They're not trying to clear any fucking planet. And if they are, they're going to have to bring the fucking money. The price is going to have to go so fucking down. I said, I'll wait then. I'll wait. I'll do it next lifetime when it's $250 to go clear, because I can wait another 40 years. You know, and it'll save me $1 million, and I'd rather my fucking kid go to private school. you know. So fuck it.